Hi, I'm Henry Rosewell and I'm here today at Maria's Animal Sanctuary, or Centre.
Shelter? Sanctuary?
Shelter,
Fine, yeah.
Sanctuary, Centre, the lot. We love it. Paradise, it's all here. So I'm here today with Hannah and we are joined by Bailey the guinea pig here, who's behaving very nicely and been very patient for us while we get ready here this afternoon. Bailey's here because we are going to be talking about adoption today and also care, things like that, things you can do to help at home when you've adopted a pet, what you can do with the hutch to make it a little bit better for them, and things you can do to help out, that's all. So Hannah, this is Bailey. You've already introduced me. Tell me a little bit about her.
So this is little Bailey. She's a little lady. She's 3 years old and she came to us originally because her previous owner was allergic to them.
Oh dear.
So she lives with her partner Penny.
Sorry.
And she's very friendly. She's actually, normal guinea pigs are a little bit more scared than her. You can see she's actually quite relaxed. That's because she's got an ongoing medical problem, so that we actually have to fish her out every day, twice a day, so she's quite used to what's going on today.
She knows how to get
She
handled,
knows,
things like
yeah,
that. Oh,
because
she's
we've
lovely. Hello. So how long has she been with you?
Since July.
Oh, okie doke. With her partner?
With her partner, yeah.
Lovely.
And she's, yeah, a little bit, lots of care for her because she requires sort of a feed every evening and every morning.
Do you get it quite often that people are allergic?
Not that often. Our biggest reason for animals coming in is that their owners have no time or that they've lost interest or house move, relationship breakdowns, things like that.
Has that happened quite a bit this year? Have you noticed it big time, more so
huge.
this year?
Yeah. So for the first time in 21 years of Maria being open, she's now got a waiting list for guinea pigs waiting to come in.
Oh my gosh,
so
it's the wrong way around, isn't it? We want a waiting list for people wanting guinea pigs.
Exactly, yeah. So she's, we've got at least 40 odd guinea pigs in at the moment, and she's actually just going to wash my hand.
You're welcome. They're all. I've had a little look round with Maria then, and that you can. It's lovely. You've got an absolutely gorgeous setup here, and they're all so lovely looked after. But you can really see the personality as well, and it's like they should be somewhere with a family, getting lots and lots of love. Not that they're not getting lots and lots of love here, but you know, you can really see that they make great pets for a family.
Absolutely.
This is the thing. So it's you know, it's wasted. This is the thing.
And it's really important for people to realise that actually a lot of these guys are seen as children's pets, and that we want to change. They're not ideal children's pets. They do come with a lot of complicated and really intricate health and welfare problems, and these guys aren't as straightforward as people think.
I think the difference is as well with a dog and a cat. You've got a puppy and a kitten for a little bit of time. You know, you get that puppy and a kitten. Whereas a guinea pig and a rabbit, they're much quicker to grow up. And if you've got two, you a lot quickly end up with more than two sometimes, and that can be a bit of the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to make it clear to people that, you know, people can absolutely, you know, they are great with children if you can handle them in the right way and keep it nice and calm. But they are an animal for life. You know, they're not a throwaway, short-lived pet. These guys can live up to 8 years.
I was about to say, what's the age span? So 8
yeah.
years. It's a long time, isn't it? It's
It
a
is a long
commitment.
time.
It's as much a commitment as anything else.
Yeah, and these guys should be a family pet. Everybody should be involved in their care, not just, you know.
It's not one you can leave with the kids to do their own thing with. It's not that idea, is it? It has got that responsibility, much the same as any other sort of pet. Look at her, she's loving this spotlight. So we're going to be doing some handling today as well, aren't we?
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about.
So what I thought I'd do is actually show you how to pick up a guinea pig.
Right.
Because if you do it in the wrong way, you can cause a lot of stress and a lot of injuries, and then you
to me
get
or
really
the guinea
stressed.
pig?
Well, both.
Yeah, right. Let's get it, you know.
So what we do, another time we'll show you how to actually catch them from their enclosure, because that's a different thing altogether.
An event in itself, yeah.
But what you want to make sure is that you're nice and calm, and that if children are going to handle them, that actually they're supervised with an adult, because if anybody drops a guinea pig, can cause a lot of problems internally. Their teeth can actually crack and fall out, and we just don't want anybody being dropped.
No, nobody wants that. Hey,
what we've got is a little non-slip mat, but we've got her on a towel, because if we put her straight on the table or a surface, if she did panic and try and run, she would just slide all over the place. So you want a nice solid surface that actually she's not going to be able to...
she's comfy, not going anywhere, and I think it reassures her then as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So then to actually, she's quite
look,
used to
she's a
this, so she's
pro.
actually going to help, yeah.
Hello, Bailey.
So to pick up a guinea pig, what you normally do, obviously this is from a solid surface, not from an enclosure, because again it's slightly different, but the actual way that you would hold them is going to be the same. So what you'll do, I'm right-handed, so I use my right hand.
I'm going to copy you here.
And then you pop.
Oh, she's an absolute pro.
To be fair, she's not potentially the best example because she's very, very used to this.
Look at this.
But what I'm trying to do.
My little hand there. No, come on. Oh no, that's the wrong leg.
It might be because you're at the wrong angle. Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is actually what I'm trying to do here is get her chest, and she's standing on my hand, but I want to get my hand around her
just to support that
chest.
area.
So it's not on her stomach, because what we don't want to do is pick a guinea pig up from their middle. That can cause damage to their internal organs. So we want her chest and her rib cage, and then with your other hand you're going to come under her bottom.
I'm going to cut the bum.
So all of her weight is actually supported by my bottom hand.
So you're holding. And
then you're going to tuck them in nice and close to you. You don't want to have them out because actually if they jump, they're a bit wobbly.
Reassuring.
Yeah, they're going to feel safer like that.
She loves it. She's a pro. Hello, Bailey.
So
you've got lots to say.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
And then to pop them back down again, we're going to pop all of their weight. So we obviously want to get them as close to the surface as possible, and then
let them
gently pop down.
And she's absolutely happy with that look, isn't she?
Yeah.
No problem at all.
So did you want to give it a go?
I will, right.
It might be easier, if you stand next to me.
At least then I've got the right angle there, haven't I? So I'm going right arm. Oh look, she is perfect. She steps on me
So with
there.
your body, stand as close to the table as you can, just in case she comes backwards.
Yeah, like that. We're going underneath here. And then the bum.
Yep. And then nice and close.
Hello, baby. Oh, look. Hello, little Bailey. What's up? Got lots to say today. Can you see the camera? Look at that. Absolute pro. Look at that. She loves it. And then to go back down, I'm literally just going, I'm going all the way down. Yeah. And then just let her do her own thing there. Oh, can I get off your bum, please? No, I quite like that, she says. Look at that.
That's it.
She's a pro.
And then when they're on the table like this, obviously, because she's quite relaxed, she's quite a confident guinea pig because we do this with her so much. But if you've got another guinea pig, what I could do is show you in a minute with somebody who's a bit more nervous.
Yeah, you're the pro.
You kind of block. So if she was to wiggle backwards and I'm here, she's going to plonk. Yeah. So you want to be nice and close, and then you can have a helper as well.
You can bring her to yourself, can't you, then, rather than support her, and it reassures her.
If she was a nervous guinea pig, what we do is we have got a slightly higher table in there because it's slightly more difficult where she's lower. But if she was very, very nervous, I would actually just tuck my arm like that. So actually, if she's going to go forward, she can't go anywhere, and she can't go this way. So you're basically blocking as many sides as possible.
Just reassuring them again. Oh my goodness, she absolutely loves it as well. You've definitely picked the right one here, haven't you? Star of the show.
Yeah.
Should we try her on my lap with me sat down?
Yeah, so what we normally say to people who are adopting from us is that because these guys are prey species, they think that when they get picked up, they're going to be eaten, because they would never be picked up in the wild unless they were going to be eaten. So instead of having a little cuddle, obviously that is useful for moving them, and sometimes you might need to do that for health checking, for transport.
For yourselves.
But when you just want to interact with them, they're much happier if they've got all feet on the floor. So what we tend to do is suggest to people that actually you have them on your lap, and then you can actually give them some tidbits, and it's a nice positive experience.
Interact with it. Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. So in an ideal world, we can interact, like we can set up a little area on the
for
floor,
it. Yeah,
or interact with them through their cage. But
not
on the lap,
not the case everywhere, is it? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll pick her up.
Sorry, Bailey.
And then if you want to pop that towel on your lap.
Towel and the soft mat, or just the towel?
Just the towel, that's all right. And then
I'm already
around that way. So
getting ready for lunch.
What you want to make sure is that your knees are nice and straight. So she's got a nice flat surface.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Exactly, you don't want sloped
knees. Not sliding her down. No, as much as she might enjoy it.
And then
not going to happen.
Somebody to plonk them on like that.
No. Perfect little.
So if you then pop your hands, that's it, in front of her like that. There you go.
And that's just calmed her down enough to. There we go. We're not going anywhere.
And then what you can do is get somebody to.
What's this?
pop some of their favourite food in front of them.
Oh, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
All I need
So
is
we
my
always-
favourite food here, when you're ready.
We always sort of say keep your hands close to her because guinea pigs can move
They
very,
might
very
just
quickly.
go. Yeah. And you've got to be ready for it.
But now you can see actually she's quite relaxed, she's eating, she's quite comfortable, and this is a positive experience for her.
I think this is the interaction people want a lot of the time with guinea pigs, and it's just they don't know how to achieve it, do they? This is the problem. I think, like you say, people are going in, picking them up, thinking, why don't they like this? And you think, well, you wouldn't like it being picked up like that, would you? So
Yeah.
I think it's very similar to that. Oh, look, she's really quite happy now.
And particularly you can see, especially with children, this is great as long as you've got that supervision and that help, just in case the guinea pig does decide.
Scoot. Yeah, thinks we're out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, she really is quite happy in this, isn't she?
And again, it's just about making that experience positive. So we've got a little guinea pig who is so terrified. She's called Sandy, and she's with us at the moment. And she came into us last week, and she was basically used during the summer periods for children to handle. And as a result, she's so scared that she actually doesn't even want to come out of her little bedroom. She's just shut herself
away.
Absolutely terrified.
Oh, dear of her.
Because, you know, they it's just really stressful
that's
for
what she's
them.
learned. Yeah, precisely. So will you guys just try and try and try?
Yeah.
And that's all you can do, I
What
guess.
she'll do is she'll go to an adult-only home where she's going to be kind of get the care that she needs.
That time.
And actually sort of start hand feeding her and building that positive
trust.
interaction.
It really is. It's a loss of trust, isn't it? This is the problem.
Because if you go in every day, pick them out, they just learn that
I still
actually
don't like this. Yeah,
it's scary.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we want to be friendly, not scary.
And it's just you showing them we can be friendly, and we are friendly, absolutely. And lots of people are. No, this is great, isn't it? Because like you say, kids would love this, absolutely love this. And it's just, you've got to not, like you say, rush in, pick up and think, yeah, lovely, I'm going to have a quick squeeze and a cuddle.
Yeah, exactly. And we had another pair of guinea pigs come into us, and they were, so another reason that some of them come in is that people get them for their children, but their children are sort of, you know, toddling age. Of course, at that point, it's very hard to teach them not to grab, not to squeeze and things like that. So we actually recommend that if people are going to adopt a rabbit or a guinea pig with children, actually those children are a little bit older, you know, and can understand how to handle things.
Yeah, it really is just being aware of what you're doing, isn't it? And like you say, children at a toddler age, not quite so much aware of their own strength as others. And you should worry and think these are lovely little living things, and they don't want to be squeezed and pulled on and things like this, do they?
Exactly, and then you end up with a terrified guinea pig and then an owner that's not very happy because they've got a stressed guinea pig.
My guinea pig's no good, absolutely, where it's nobody's fault. So how old's Bailey here?
She is 3.
Oh, see, she's lovely. She's really quite happy, having a right little snack. And she came in with her partner Penny.
She did,
Did you get many coming in partners?
We do.
More than once?
And so guinea pigs are a social animal. They should live in pairs or groups. And if they come into us as a pair, we'll keep them together as long as they're getting on. But a lot of ours come in as single because they've actually fallen out with their companion, because they've been incorrectly bonded with the wrong sex, or that their companion has died.
So are they better being companions with the same sex then?
So boys can go together if they are brothers and they have grown up together. You cannot introduce two unrelated males because they will just fight. Girls, again, they can be together. So Penny is a female, but again, they grew up together.
So
again,
they know
you can't
who's
introduce two unrelated females. The best pairing that we find is a neutered male and then a female, because that is the most stable bond.
These are the things that people just don't know about, do they? You really don't know. Anybody could go, I'll grab that one and that one. Lovely, yes, a little bit of a pick and mix there, but no, it's not the case, is it? You really have got to think. I wouldn't want to be put in the house with somebody I don't know. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and they can't. We kind of forget that actually, if we don't like somebody, we can
we're
out
of there, but they would be stuck. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
These guys,
they're stuck in their own little world like that, aren't they?
Yeah, they have to live with that companion all the time. So it's important that they get on.
It's not good. Yeah, absolutely. So guinea pigs at the minute we're very busy with, are we?
Yes, we're very busy all round.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you think that's obviously come from lockdowns and things like this, sadly now?
Certainly
It's catching back up to
contributed.
us, yeah.
Definitely, and we've had, you know, our volunteer numbers haven't bounced back up to what they should be, and obviously our fundraising activities have had to slow down. So
this is it, isn't it?
We're fighting on all angles.
Yeah, absolutely. And people need to know that you are here still, and there are still absolutely plenty of lovely little creatures and here down, ready to be adopted and met by everybody.
Yeah.
It's got such a lovely setup here. I've honestly never been here before. It's so, like I say, everybody's got their own little area, haven't they? And everybody's so well looked after. It's such a shame. Obviously, you're not open to the public yet either, are you?
Not yet because of COVID. But we're continuing with our adoptions. We'll sort of update everybody as things change.
As you know, you can. Yeah, this is it. It's only the best you can.
So, would you like to see where Bailey lives?
I would very much like to see where Bailey lives. She's been wonderful. I've quite enjoyed this little lap warmer, actually, if I'm honest. I might take her back to the office with me just for my lap.
And the other thing with guinea pigs is that obviously these guys, they do get cold quite quickly. So actually what you don't want to do, she's an inside guinea pig who's used to heating. So what we wouldn't do is take her outside during the winter because that is
just
too
far
much
too
of a
cold.
temperature
Not
change.
used to it.
Likewise,
not gonna like it.
if you've got an outside guinea pig who's used to the cold, who's got that winter coat, you cannot bring them inside. You need to keep them outside.
Far too hot for them. And this is the thing. I
They
think
just
again,
overheat.
You wouldn't think that again. You think, oh, I'm doing the nice thing of bringing him in, nice and toasty warm. No, that's far too toasty warm. In fact.
So you could bring them in the summer when the temperature difference isn't too bad, but you could go out and actually do this outside.
No problem.
In
absolutely.
In their pen.
Yeah, get yourself a nice seat. No, well, let's go see. Do you mind if I come have a look at your home, please, Bailey? Has Penny put the Hoover around? I hope so.
Having said that, another thing that we do find is that when people, so this is where the supervision aspect comes in really important, and actually when people are handling outside, we have heard stories of people dropping the guinea pig and then it's out loose in the garden and never to be seen again.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important that
once they're gone, absolutely.
It's an enclosed area if you can make it. So we
aware.
often use puppy pens that you can handle in
they're
there.
going to be staying where they're to. Yeah, absolutely. Because like you say, if they've seen an out, they're out of there. Quite
the other thing we'll do with Bailey is that actually we would limit a handling session to sort of 10-20 minutes, purely because then they just have had enough.
They've had their time.
It's too
she's getting through her snacks really quite nicely here as well. She's thinking, hang on, we're going to need a refill in a minute.
Well, that is interesting because actually that's another point as well.
Overfeeding,
there
exactly.
So what you saw me give Bailey was actually a very small little handful. What you don't want to do is constantly feed your guinea pig fresh things because actually it's really bad for their guts.
They just don't need it.
No.
Just don't need it. They will eat, I think. They'll keep going, won't they? This is the thing.
Grass and hay are the best things for them. That's absolutely fine. But you want to make sure that your guinea pig is used to having grass. Bailey gets this every day. If it was a guinea pig that's not used to grass, actually it'd be a really small amount and build it up gradually
just work
over
your
time.
way up again. See, again, overfeeding, you wouldn't think of it because, in my brain they're outside and they've got an endless supply of grass nibbling away quite happily.
Grass and hay is fine for them because that should be 90% of their diet as long as they're used to the grass. You can't give heaps of grass to a guinea pig that's never had it. Purely because it's like us. If we've eaten something we've never eaten before, and then you have loads of it, it's not good for you. It's really important that you're careful with how much we feed these guys, because if we're constantly if I did a huge big pile of vegetables that she just munched her way through, it would actually cause bloat, and that can be fatal in some cases. So only a sort of small handful per guinea pig is the max.
Just literally that snack, and they're quite happy. Right, how do you want to go about picking Bailey up? This is the next one.
Well, do you want to? So what we can
Shall I do the pickup method?
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll try for the pickup method. Oh, I'm sorry, Bailey. I know you've got some snacks left. There's your bum. There we go. Oh, we're good at this. We're good, aren't we? Oh my goodness. I said everybody's going to have to stop me from adopting absolutely any pets today, and you really are going to have to stop me putting Bailey in the car. Hello.
Well, unfortunately, she's going to be with us for a little while because she is one of our animals that is on medication. So again, that's
dear of her. So you're looking
all
after,
our
make
vet
sure
bills,
she's
all
on
our
the
medication
go.
bills that we're always looking for help with.
Yeah,
but
that's where it's all going towards, is working hard to keep these guys going.
So she'll be rehomed as soon as that medical problem is all cleared.
Have a little snooze now. What's going on down there?
Well, if I told you what I think that was, you might be a little bit horrified.
I would like to know now.
That looked like she might have been eating her own little poo.
Was that nice? Did you like that? A little bit of pudding?
It's
Lovely,
totally
you're
natural and
welcome.
normal for guinea pigs.
Just a little snack.
They should be doing it.
Yeah.
So what they do is, it's called a ceca trough. So they'll eat, it goes through them once, comes out as a ceca trough, which is a different kind of poo. They'll eat that straight from their bottom, and then it will go through a second time and come out as what we know as guinea pig poo.
Oh, well, I'm glad you just enjoyed that little starter there after that grass. Thoroughly enjoyed that. You're welcome. Didn't even see or hear anything, so it's fine by me if you need to do it again. Right, so how are we going to transport now?
So what we could do is I could take the towel and we
Go
could
for the towel.
pop her back on the table.
Oh, you're lovely.
And then I
Thank
can
you for being
pop her
so
back in like that.
cooperative, Bailey. Would you like to scuttle off? No, she says you've got a nice big warm belly. I know I have.
Just like I'm gonna have
There
a
we
little-
go.
There we go.
Hey,
Perfect.
look at that. And she's still got her grass. She's quite happy. Cool. Let's go take a look at where she lives.
Yeah.
We are now in the room where Bailey lives, where we're kept. So all of the ones in here, Hannah, these have just been they've come in recently. They're having medical attention to them, things like this. They're getting ready to go out and about.
Absolutely. So this is what we call the recovery room. It is a heated and air-conditioned room so that we can control the temperature for these guys. The idea of this room is that actually anybody who first comes into us comes in here and then they get monitored, castrated or spayed if need be. And then we'll monitor them before they go out. However, this whole bank that we're sat next to, these guys have all become sort of longer term stays because of the ongoing medical problems.
These are your permanent residents.
So the idea is that they won't be permanent forever, but until we get to the bottom of their medical problems and get on top of it, then yeah.
Oh, so would they be adopted if somebody was willing to take on the medical problems? Things like
We
this?
are looking to foster some of them out. So we would pay for the ongoing treatment that is to do with that health problem and any medication that comes alongside.
That's really good of you.
But it's obviously a case by case basis and has to be the right home. But you can sponsor our long term residents. So that's all on the website.
And these guys need their medicine.
Interested.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit more than a couple paracetamol, I think, for these ones.
Yes, a little bit, and a couple of £1,000 worth of vet bills too.
Oh, they're expensive. They've got taste.
Yes.
They've got good taste. So obviously you've got this really great setup here with these. What would you call them? Enclosures?
So
Cages.
yeah,
Cages sounds really harsh, doesn't it? It does sound a bit much.
normally what people don't have the double tier. This is purely for us to fit more animals in. But these grids, they're called, people often call them a CNC cage or a CNC grid, and they're increasing in popularity because they're kind of easy, they're quite easy to dismantle and set up, and they're very easy to clean because they're plastic. There are some pros and cons to them, which we can go through, and we'll show you a different style of enclosure in a minute.
I think, like you say, the getting clean is such a weight off when you've got a pet and things like that, isn't it? Because that hutch, I'm big. I'm not getting in and out. I would never get out of the thing, much to some people's dismay. Whereas these, you can really get in there, have a good clean up, and everybody's happy then as well. You've done your bit, and they're happy with you as well.
Exactly, and because normally, you wouldn't have the double tier, so actually this would all be open for you.
You're right in there.
However, something to remember, because these guys are teeny tiny and everything eats them, and generally that predator would come from above. So when we're actually leaning over them, we can be really, really scary.
It's quite
so the
intimidating.
lower that you go and can sort of get to the side
Let
of
them know you're on their level.
Yeah.
So who have we got in here?
So this is Mouse and Lancelot.
Oh,
These
hello,
guys,
Mouse. Hello, Lancelot.
Mouse has ongoing problems with her heart, but Lancelot is sort of medical problem free, but he lives with Mouse. So
they are.
they're a pair.
They're sticking
Yeah,
them together
they're
still. Yeah, absolutely. They're stuck with each other, I'm afraid, guys. They're quite happy though. So tell us a bit about what's going on inside the enclosure then.
So the biggest thing that's important for guinea pigs is hiding places. So like we just said about actually we're quite scary, and especially when we're cleaning them out, hiding places are really, really important for them because it's where they feel safe. Otherwise, you've got this terribly stressed guinea pig running around.
Looking for somewhere to go.
Yeah, basically. They like dark, enclosed places. So we, at the shelter, because of our turnover, because of the parasites, we have a lot of soft items in here, but actually they're really comfortable for the guinea pigs as well. We often recommend for indoor guinea pigs something a bit like this.
They'll love that.
Which we call strawberries.
They're going to love it.
So they climb inside and actually they're nice and snug. Nothing can get them. They're covered on the top.
They're feeling safe,
They feel
happy,
safe.
yeah, nice and warm at the same time as well.
Exactly.
See, I've never used or seen beds like this used for guinea pigs, and it's so obvious when you say it.
All sorts of different shapes and sizes. And we've also got some wooden examples, which I'll show you again in a minute. Or, you know, you can see that blanket in the corner, just making a dark area. So one of the disadvantages of these cages is actually they're open. They haven't got a top, which is actually really scary if things eat you from above.
If you're that size, yeah, absolutely.
So you can, what we do with some of our other ones, particularly if they're more nervous, is lay a blanket over 1/3 of the enclosure so that, again, they've got that roof.
Somewhere to go.
Yeah.
So obviously these are all on one level as well. Is there a benefit to that?
Definitely. So there's several things to consider there. You can get second tiers with a shallow ramp. Shallow ramps are fine, but we always sort of recommend where possible a single tier. That it's easier for them to move around.
Far more natural for them as well, yeah.
And steep ramps can cause all sorts of problems, injuries. We've heard of guinea pigs that have actually had to be put to sleep because of fatal injuries.
It's because of the eyesight or something with the ramp. They can't.
Partly, but also it's mainly because they might panic and actually just fall off, particularly unprotected ramps. You see in a lot of double tier traditional hutches, they've got the 2 tiers and then a really steep ramp with no side barrier. So the guinea pigs can just fall off from one side and you know, severely injure themselves. Or the hole at the top where the ramp's going down, this side is actually completely, they're going to go plop.
Straight down through.
Yeah.
Oh, dear things.
And when these guys get older, they do suffer from arthritis. So actually not having the ramp is a lot easier for them.
Much more beneficial for them. Yeah, absolutely. See, they're really quite happy in here, aren't they? Like you said, they have got a bit of everything that they need. So
hiding places are really important. And then the substrate, the flooring that people use, you can see we've got newspaper because it's just easy to clean and it's nice and cheap for us. We've also got bits of soft bedding, so you can use towels, blankets. These are bits of vet bed, which are a bit more specialist. But you can also get cage liners. So it's a nice fabric, soft.
It's not because it's not expensive, is it? This is the thing, you know, you can still use your newspaper and things like that, just like you used to be able to. You know, it's not expensive. You haven't got to go out and buy top notch of this and that for them. Yeah, they're quite happy, aren't they? Knowing what they want at the minimum. This is the thing, isn't it?
And the main thing that we say to people that are looking to adopt is that actually we want to move people away from the traditional use of sawdust. So sawdust, or more what we use, wood shavings, is what you can buy in the pet shops. Actually, a lot of guinea pigs are allergic to them. And because of the dust and the fine particles in the wood, because they're so close to the floor, they're basically like breathing it in. It can cause a lot of respiratory tract sort of irritation.
Wouldn't have even thought of it. This is the thing, and they can't tell us, can they?
No, exactly.
They can't tell us.
And it's what you see, you know, traditionally used, but actually it's not that great for them. No. So we don't rehome if people are going to use shavings, because actually it's not that nice for them.
It doesn't work for them. And like I say, why would you? When, like you say, you've got your newspaper and things like that, it doesn't have to be expensive.
And you can test it at home. If you actually press your hand on some wood shavings, you'll feel it strip all of the oil, all of the natural oils from your hand, and your hand dries out. These guys are sitting on that with their little feet. They're not going to like it at all day, 24 hours. And it's not great for them.
It's not good, and it's going to tease them right up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Mouse and Lancelot, for letting me have a little look in your home here.
So we can show you a different type of enclosure?
Old school type of enclosure, yeah, definitely.
And see what we can do there.
Let's go take a look outside. And we are now looking at some different types of cages, hutches and enclosures that you could possibly get for your guinea pigs at home.
So this is what you like, a traditional kind of setup. So a lot of people think, oh yeah, a hutch is fine for rabbits and guinea pigs. Not the case at all. Rabbits shouldn't be stuck in hutches, but we'll talk about rabbits another day. But guinea pigs, in an ideal world, they'd have a hutch with a separate secure bedroom area and then an attached run if they're going to be outside, so that they can go in and out all day.
They're quite
in and
happy,
out of the grass and their run. The more space you can give them, the better. So for our guys, obviously we're slightly restricted given the numbers and what we do here. However, what we do make sure is that everybody has a minimum space of 5 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah.
And that's for a pair of guinea pigs, and that is our adoption requirement as well. However, again, bigger the better. So ideally 6 foot, if not bigger again. We've got guinea pigs that have huge areas because they bicker otherwise. So space is really, really important.
And again,
for
you're sort of looking at the ratio of guinea pigs to space as well then, aren't you?
Yeah, so if you've got more guinea pigs, you need more space. So for a trio, it would be a minimum of 6 foot by 2 foot. But again, the more space you give them, the happier they are.
Quite happy for it.
They get more exercise, they're more curious and interactive, and it's just better for their welfare.
They're happy to then interact themselves, aren't they?
Yeah,
if they're happier
exactly.
and involved, then they're happy to be.
Yeah. So, what a kind of enclosure, so this is an outside enclosure that we're talking about now. You can see we've got some hay in the bedroom. So again, we avoid sawdust or shavings. We'll go for a newspaper base and then lots of nice thick hay in their bedroom. Because these guys were in an inside building, they need a little bit less hay. If they're outside in the winter, this whole bedroom should be sort of stuffed full of hay.
Let them get in there.
Yeah, because what people, they'll put a bit of hay in, and then the guinea pigs come down and they love to squash the hay.
Yeah, good little bed, tap that one down.
And they'll squash it and flatten it, and you think, well, where's all the hay gone?
They've used it, they say, right, refill time.
So you need to put loads in there, especially when it's cold in the winter, because it's the only thing that's keeping them warm.
Yeah, it's like not having a duvet, isn't it?
Exactly.
You've got to have your mattress and the duvet.
Nobody likes that.
No, quite happy.
And with the doors, we wouldn't swing them open straight away. We're talking about them being
that change
scared.
of temperature, isn't it, as well? Very quick.
Yeah, so the temperature, if these guys are outside, they would stay outside for the winter. And your indoor ones, same again. So your indoor ones stay inside during the cold period. They can't come between the two areas.
No, it's not going to be chopping and changing. They're not going to like it. They're not going to have time to adjust, are they?
Exactly, yeah. So they need, for an outdoor guinea pig, plenty of hay to keep warm and snug inside. And when you open the door, open it gently and gradually, not just fling it open.
Let them know you're there.
Them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is the boudoir here, which then leads us through to the open plan kitchen dining area, I can see.
So if you want to close that one, and then everybody will shift themselves.
And then no doubt they'll chop and change. Back to bed. Sorry, guys.
So again, if we were going to open both doors, suddenly that leaves them with nowhere to hide, and it's really scary. You saw that there's actually a barrier to stop them falling out there. So again, I'm going to have to be a bit more aware of that.
This one's not got said barrier. Oh, you're going to barrier me.
They've all actually wedged themselves at the end there.
They've got a lovely bit of room, haven't they? You can see the space, like you say, and they've got somewhere to go as and when they want to.
Yeah, exactly. So what we say for people, this is we were talking about strawberries. This is an example of a wooden one. So again, they've got a nice little hidey place.
That undercover, that bit of shelter for them.
Because actually, we were talking about your guinea pigs getting along. If they want to hang out and go to sleep in a different area, if they've only got one bedroom area,
they haven't got the choice. Yeah.
So we always say to people, if you can, offer at least a hiding space per guinea pig, if not more, if it's available.
And bedding as well. Yeah, absolutely. More is better than less, isn't it? Rather have it and not need it.
And you'll see again, we've got little hay bags in here. So for us, they're really useful because they keep the eating hay off the ground. So I will show you some hay, and we'll talk about that possibly in a minute or another time. But hay is so important for them. So they must have loads of hay in their bedroom as bedding, but they also need piles of it to eat.
Yeah.
And it needs to be fresh and sweet and green and smelling really nice. If it's brown, musty and a bit smelly and you think, they won't eat it.
If we're not going to want it, they're not going to want it.
Exactly. You need to open the bag and think, oh, that smells good.
That's a bit of fresh, a little try of it, a little sample, quite happy.
So it's so important. If you haven't got hay bags, you can put big piles in different areas of the enclosure, or in big bowls to keep it sort of separate.
So in regards to sort of, like we said earlier about overfeeding, with hay and things, are they they know how much to
No. So hay, they need ad lib, which means constant.
Go for it.
Yeah, you cannot feed them too much hay.
Right.
So they need access to hay 24 hours, and that should be replaced daily.
So what's the benefit of that? Is it dental hygiene, things like this? Yeah,
Exactly.
keeps them all clean.
Yeah, so if a guinea pig, if you gave it no hay, what would happen is its guts would slow down and stop working, and its teeth would overgrow. These guys, their teeth grow constantly.
Yeah.
So if they're not eating hay and
That
grass,
hay's wearing
they get
it down.
teeth problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you've got expensive dental problems, and you're back and forth to the vet every 6 weeks.
Yeah, goes
Nightmare.
from there, not good. Where,
And-
giving them a bag of hay,
Yeah.
straw, nice, quite and easy.
Straw's very different, so these
Yeah.
guys need hay. So hay is cut, dried grass. Straw is something different. So they need to
So
eat
this is the
hay.
hay that they're after, or
and I
grass
can
itself.
show you different types. Yeah.
Definitely.
But you can also see that, so going back to the hay, we can always put little piles of eating hay in their bedroom as well. So actually they're going to feel nice and secure in there and can eat away. They like to sit in the same place, eat hay, and then poop it out at the same time.
They've made their bed. I'm very jealous, actually. It's the lifestyle we all strive
It's
for,
like,
really,
yeah,
isn't it?
eating a roast dinner on your bed, best thing.
Quite. Yeah. Not sure about the second half of it, mind you. I might get out of bed for that. No, thank you very much, anyway, for showing me these ones today.
That's okay.
That's been great. I've loved meeting them all.
Yeah.
And like I say, I've got to try and get out of here now without adopting anything. That's the next thing. But no, thank you very much, Hannah, for showing us around today.
No problem.
Definitely. I can't wait to come back and no doubt meet all the rabbits and be just as tempted to go home with just some rabbits now in the car in the boot as well. So I'm going to send it back to the studio. Thank you very much and look forward to coming back.